Hey everyone, welcome to Homestead Corner. Today I've got 10 survival skills that I think everyone must know. Survival skills are one of those things that don't really cost you anything. It's just a matter of taking time and putting in the effort to learn it. Those things can be so useful and so important in many emergency situations and all sorts of everyday situations as well. Survival skills are definitely a must, and being able to take care of yourself and knowing that you've got the skills to do so will put your mind at ease. So today I thought we would just go over 8 basic survival skills that everybody should have under their belt. They should be learning these. And I think even if you already know them, it's important to practice them once in a while to make sure that you can still remember all of the little details in each of these things. So survival skills are definitely something we all need to have. So the first thing on my list is fire starting. Fire starting is so important. In an emergency situation, you are going to have to build fires for all sorts of stuff. Heat, warm up water, cook your food, lighting, all sorts of things you can have to make fire for. So making sure that you've got that skill under your belt is really important. And each time when you're trying it, you could use different types of things to start the fire. Use matches, lighters, fair run, striker, whatever it is that you have. There are little solar lighters to get a spark off, things like that. I think those are really important to test out all the different techniques and use the equipment that you purchase so you know that you know how to use it. And also using different timbers, starting fire with bark and leaves or whatever you have around you. Everybody's going to have a little bit different stuff around them, but using the things that are just available to you outside are so important, and it's going to help you in the long run so you can survive even when you can't get any more of the supplies that you have. Number 2, water purification. Again, so important. We can only go 3 days without water. We need to be able to purify water. We all stock up on water and we keep extra water in our homes, but in a long-term situation, that is not going to last. You can't have that much water in your home, unfortunately. So being able to purify water is really important. Having filters, knowing how long to boil it, where to collect it from, if you're collecting at your home in containers or if you have to go to a lake or stream, knowing where those are so you can quickly and easily get to them is really important. Number 3, shelter building. Shelter building can be a little bit tricky, and I think it is excellent to try and do it. Practice those skills, putting shelters together, whether it's with ropes and tarp or just some tree branches and whatever you can find in the woods. We've done all kinds of shelters building with our children because I think it is so important, and they just love to do it. If you have children, grandchildren, little ones around, going out in the woods and just building some sort of shelter so you can keep dry and huddle in there is super important to know how to do. Hopefully nobody has to bug out, because that is definitely the last resort. But knowing what to do if you have to is so important. And number 4, navigation. Knowing how to read a compass and map is really important. Just sitting down and figuring out how to do that. There are tons of videos on YouTube and all over the internet if you just search how to do it. There are lots and lots of videos on navigation, how to read a compass, how to read a map. There are tons of books out there. All the information is out there. If you just search for it, you can learn all of these skills for nothing right on the internet. Number 5, first aid. We all should know first aid techniques. It's important to know different types of things that we may have to treat: cuts, scrapes, bruises, fractures, burns, anything like that, huge gashes. Having all the stuff is important, but knowing how to use it is also extremely important. So making sure you are learning those different skills to take care of different types of incidences can be life-saving. And number 6, signaling. Signaling is so important. If you have to call for help, you need to know how to signal, whether it's with a mirror, lights, smoke, whatever it is. Learning different techniques is so important. You want to learn how to do different kinds of things so you can call for help. Even signaling as simple as the SOS, 3 short, 3 long, 3 short, can definitely be something that is going to be life-saving for you in many different situations. And number 7, foraging. Foraging is a huge one. Back in the Depression and during the war, people were not able to grow enough food, but foraging helped keep them going. They were able to learn what was in the woods around them, what was safe to eat and what wasn't. So I think that is a great thing to supplement your gardening and harvesting of food, however you're doing that. Foraging is a wonderful way to go. Learning what's around you and what is safe to eat. I know around me, I see classes in our local swap pages and things like that listed on different websites and stuff. You can find places that teach foraging for your area, because I may be able to find certain things, but they may not be able to be found in your area. It may not grow there. So making sure you learn what's around you, what's safe and what's not, so you're not making yourself sick or killing somebody. You really want to make sure you know what you're doing. But there are classes out there, and there are tons of really great books as well. And number 8 is basic tool making, learning how to make tools out of things that you have around. Let's say a spear, a fishing hook. It doesn't have to be, a highly engineered thing, but learning how to make small tools that are useful for you out of things that you can just find in your everyday life around you. So that's another one that can be a little bit tricky, but again, there are tons and tons of videos out there. You can definitely find them, and a lot of them are super simple to do with just a little bit of practice. And number 9, self-defense. I think self-defense is right up there, one of the most important things, being able to defend yourself, being able to grab something near you to help defend yourself. And, whether it's a stick, a piece of wood, a pipe, a brick, a rock, whatever it is, if you don't have something on you, but thinking quick and being able to do that is really important. I know my husband has a friend, Sal, who has a business where he teaches self-defense, situational awareness, pistol training, all that sort of stuff. And he has a YouTube channel with tons of shorts with great tips for self-defense, situational awareness, things like that to help you. And he also has a business down in Texas where he teaches self-defense. You can check that out at Combat Fitness USA right on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's all over the place. You could probably find him, but I'll put a link to his channel in the description box if you're looking for that. But that's what he does for work, is teaches self-defense, and he is very good at it and been doing it for decades. So I think that's really important to make sure you've got that self-defense under your belt. I know a lot of people can't carry a gun, but there are many other ways you can go about it to defend yourself. And last but certainly not least is situational awareness. People underestimate how important that is. Being able to watch around you and see what's going on, taking in everything that's happening, can be life-saving. You don't know, people will run up behind you or something like that. If you're keeping an eye on what's happening around you, listening to any movement or anything, I think that's so important. Situational awareness has saved tons and tons of people just by being able to get out of a situation because they can see it coming. And that is so important. Finding your exits, knowing what's going on around you, paying attention to who's coming close to you, what's happening, all those things are super important. Paying attention to that can definitely save your life. And that's it for my must-have survival skills. I think survival skills are so important, and I love that you can learn 99% of this stuff for free. You can learn all of it for free, or you can spend a little extra if you feel that it's important. And on certain areas like the self-defense, I think taking a class is a wonderful thing. If you're new to owning a firearm, taking a firearm class is really important, I think. And investing in yourself is never ever lost money. It's always worth it. You never know when you're going to need it, and it could save you or a family member. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.